What are some secrets about widely used products? Oreos are actually a knockoff of another cookie called Hydrax. One of the few cases where the knockoff was more popular than the original. Well yeah. Hydrax sounds like a toilet cleaner. Double stuff Oreos actually only have 1.86 times the filling. I'm a man, but I love using women's shampoo. The products available for ladies are vastly superior in every way. They leave my hair looking and feeling silky smooth, and I smell so good. A couple of people have asked me what I use to keep my hair looking so nice, and I just feel fabulous. I'm currently using Summer Passion by Herbal Essences, but I also have a channel one for special occasions. Because I'm worth it. The complete opposite for razors. Ladies' razors are just crap compared to those for men. Mr. Clean Magic erasers. They're just melamine sponges. You can order hundreds for like $8. Paying more than a few cents each, you're just spreading your cheeks. Dove and Axe are owned by the same company, Unilever. One promotes female self-confidence by redefining beauty, while the other advertises itself using highly sexualized images of females. They also own Ben & Jerry's ice cream, which promotes highly unsexualized bellies. Cars have this thing called a turn signal that lets other drivers know what you plan on doing. But what if I drive a BMW? My dealership told me not to worry about that anymore. It's in the manual right before the parking Why You Deserve 2 Spots chapter. If you are actively trying to conceive, lube lessens the survival rate for sperm. Research has found that vaginal lubricants are toxic to sperm and interfere with the role of the cervical mucus. Instructions unclear. She's pregnant in 2 places now. Move her someplace she isn't pregnant then. Trader Joe's generic Cheerios is made by General Mills. They are Cheerios. Most generic foods are second-line goods from the same manufacturers, who make the branded goods. What started out as a 3 meters project to make a super strong adhesive, ended in failure. This failure is now known as post-it notes. I thought Mitchell from Romy and Mitchell invented it. Michelle thought of making them yellow. The slinky was invented in 1943 by Richard James, a naval mechanical engineer, when he was developing springs that could support and stabilize sensitive instruments aboard ships in rough seas. He knocked one over on accident and saw how it took a few steps and then landed upright. You can also use one to make the blaster sound effect from Star Wars.
Drop, catch.
Play-Doh was originally sold as wallpaper cleaner in the 1930s, until classrooms started using it as modeling clay, and it eventually became rebranded as a toy in 1950s. It's also ducking delicious. It's also good to eat if you need to get over 300 pounds and want to work at home on disability. FYI, the reason why people needed to clean wallpaper was because back then most homes were heated through coal chimneys. The black coal dust would accumulate on the wallpaper. It was originally branded as WorkDoc, but that name didn't really work. Baby powder is made of very finely ground babies after they've extracted the baby oil. Yeah, how else would the baby be dry enough to ground into powder? Ford Motor Co. in the early 1920s produced a lot of lumber scraps and waste at their factories. So much, they decided to burn it and resin it as charcoal. This is now Kingsford charcoal. Something I didn't understand about charcoal was, how can charcoal burn if it's just burnt wood? It's actually not burned wood. They heat the wood in a non-oxygen environment, so some of it vaporizes, leaving behind just the parts that burn efficiently. If they burned the wood, they would just get ash. Lysol used to be sold as a vaginal refresher, lemon scented, and bacteria free vag. Head-On is a homeopathic remedy, meaning it's nothing but wax. No active ingredients. If you pay attention to the commercials, you'll notice that they never claim the product does anything. It's great you can sell a product that does nothing. Most fruit juice, with the exception of orange, grape and pear, and probably a few others, is actually just flavored apple juice. Pear juice is another widely used filler. Who the duck buys just pear juice? No one. Mix it with 2 to 3 other juices, a bunch more sugar and flavors, water, and you've got yourself some easy to sell berry medley. Condoms shouldn't be carried around in wallets, and if they are for longer than a week, do not use them. The friction wears down the latex and makes it unsafe to wear. Thankfully, anyone who carries around a condom in their wallet never actually uses it. Can confirm. Carried condom for 2 years, never got laid with it. Freedom to condoms. Peanut butter gets gum out of your hair. So does cancer. The samples of cleaning products are much more potent than the stuff you buy. My dad's company makes the spray bottles they use. They send samples to test the sprayers because the over-the-counter versions are more watered down. If you send them an email saying you like their products, they will often send you samples in the mail. There's probably an arrow next to the gas symbol in your car. It points to what side your tank is on. I say, probably because not all cars do this. If you rub icy hot on your Venus, it will grow larger. Thermal expansion. Your stapler has 2 different settings, one to keep your papers more or less permanently bound together, and one to keep them loosely attached if they need to be separated again. To activate the loose setting, push and rotate the little metal plate on the bottom of the stapler. Most baby carrots that you buy in the grocery store are not actually baby carrots and should be labeled as baby cut carrots. These carrots start out as regular sized carrots that may have some cosmetic issues. They are cut into pieces and then put through a peeler. It's misleading marketing, I guess, but it's actually a pretty green thing to do because otherwise the unsightly carrots would probably just get thrown away. The Hitachi magic wand is sold as a personal massager. That's kinda right. Funny story. This happened when I was about 8. My parents used to have 2 massagers in their room. One was for massaging, and one was what I now know to be a magic wand. I was using the magic wand on my back, and my dad came in and yelled out "Jimimino," and then drop kicked me. I was obviously pretty traumatized, and he didn't want to have a talk with me yet, and so he bought me a bunch of shit. I'm 19 now, and I asked him if he remembered when he drop kicked me, and he started cracking up. Armor All. Ex-car detailer here. This was the absolute worst product in car detailing existence. It does nothing except make your dash slimy, prone to getting very dirty very quickly, and, under heat and sunlight, can cause the dash to crack. We hated Armor All, especially because it was a nightmare to remove completely. So yeah, your car dash looks glossy for a bit. Or slimy. Whatever. It's also shut. Jello isn't made from horse or pig hooves, but from collagen, found in cattle bones, hides, and pig skins. They should just use Jello from jellyfish, idiots. I always thought it was weird that Sunny D listed canola oil as an ingredient. Something is very off-putting about it. Most every processed drink has some kind of vegetable or canola oil to make it go down smoother. Ensure is basically milk protein, a multivitamin and canola oil. Majority of so-called brand ice cream you buy at the grocery store is not ice cream but rather frozen dessert, meaning it is derived from vegetable oil and not milk, with the fat. Clarification: many perceived products that many think are ice cream are not. Example, Breyers and Nestle often sell frozen dessert products in place of ice cream products. This does not mean these companies don't produce ice cream, but that it is not all real. Gorilla Glass was developed in the 60s and no one had any idea what to do with it until we actually started using smartphones that need it. They're selling it to us as a cutting edge product, but really it's 50 years old. Toothpaste commercials convince you to use way more toothpaste than you need. I like my mouth to be bubbly and foamy like a rabid dog. Cinnamon candles are usually just the leftovers of all of the other candle scents / waxes mixed together. Then they add the cinnamon oil for the smell. It's so strong that it covers up every other smell. That doesn't sound right, but I don't know enough about candles to dispute it. The reason Q-tips say don't put these in your ear is because using them is pretty bad for your ears. First, you can puncture your eardrums with them, which often takes surgery to fix and hurts like a birch bitch. Second, if you manage to safely remove all the earwax, it puts you at a higher risk for ear infections. The wax is there for a reason. Third, you're gonna be addicted for life. The strawberries and peaches in Quaker instant oatmeal are actually flavored dehydrated apples. The blueberries are flavored dried figs. Learned that from Reddit a year ago. Lego bricks are a ripoff of the little-known Kiddicraft self-locking blocks. Kiddicraft blocks were produced 10 years before Lego. Lego copied it from a sample given to them by the British supplier and started making Lego bricks. The Kiddicraft founder Harry Page died in 1957 without ever knowing about it. In 1981, Lego acquired Kiddicraft so that they can successfully sue Tyco. Vegemite is just tar scraped off the road. The ring pull on drinking cans can be turned 180 degrees to hold your straw. This stops it from constantly bobbing out of the water. You drink canned water? After shaving, run your razor forward against a towel about 20 times. It will sharpen the razor and make it like new. I'm going on 10 months with the same razor. Before that, I had a year on a disposable razor. It works and it saves you a ton of money. Palm oil is in ducking everything. Look on the ingredient list of anything in your home. Seriously, food, cleaning supplies, etc. and you probably see a form of palm oil. Look for anything with the word palm, such as palmitate. Most people will say, so who cares? Palm oil is awfully unsustainable. Many palm oil companies employ the slash and burn method. Cut down and burn rainforest. Plant palm oil palms in its place. Lots of rainforest has been destroyed for your palm oil. Worse yet, there are rumors of black market bounties from those companies on endangered wildlife such as orangutans. Kill and remove the endangered species, so the governments will let you slash and burn. But things are looking up. More people are learning about palm oil issues, and pressure is being put on the companies. More and more manufacturers are starting to turn to sustainable palm oil practices. Neutrogena facial soap, the old school yellow liquid version that comes in the pump container, gets out every ducking stain known to mankind. I figured this out when I was 14 because, as you likely know, periods and accidents due to periods happen a lot during this age range. To not embarrass myself in a house full of men, I'd try to get the stains out before putting my underwear in the laundry. The facial soap worked wonders, way better than the just wash with cold water method. It got me wondering what other sort of nonsense it could get rid of. I gathered a number of different fabrics and smeared motor oil, lipstick, marker, juice and soy sauce on them and let the Neutrogena sit on them for a while. I swear to sweet Jebus, the results were amazing and worked way better than most of the laundry products in my house. I imagine it also likely cleans the skin well too, but I never used it for that. The reason baby honors have the unique fold over oval type opening for the headers because it is very stretchy and easily goes over the baby's entire body, meaning when the baby poops so much it goes out the diaper and up their back, instead of pulling the onishi up and over their head and spreading the poop in their hair, you pull the onishi down scraping the poop off their back and taking off the onishi over the diaper. BRB buying condoms.